lettuce and carrot seeds, and I spent a few minutes initially figuring out why didn't the seeds I already put in germinate. So I didn't put in carrots already, but I did put in lettuce, and I see one tiny lettuce plant. Like, I'd lost it, it's so small. Anyways, I can't even find it. So basically they didn't germinate, and I know these seeds are good because they're new and they're growing fine over here. So what happened? There's a few things, but I think it's human error. It could be that when I put them in, birds came and pecked the seeds, because that happens. And I have a lot of birds in my yard, which I love. But I think what's more likely is that they dried out, because we've had some seriously high temps for September, and lettuce is a cool season crop, which is why I was planting it now for a fall harvest. And I suspect that even though I tried to water them every day and keep the soil moist and I put down some straw, I think that what happened is that they just dried out. So now I'm going to put in a new row of seeds. This is a Little Gem type of lettuce from Park Seed. Let's see, can you see me? Yeah. So I made a little furrow and I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle them in. I mean, you can be super serious and space them exactly right, but it's not really necessary. They don't want to be planted deeply because they won't germinate. And because they're so tiny, it's about the size of like a little piece of rye in a rye bread, you know, like a caraway seed. It's like that big, which is to say really little. And then the other thing I wanted to do was put in a row of carrots. I didn't plant those before, so I'm not worried about them, why they didn't come up. But carrot seeds are sometimes tricky for people to grow because they will not germinate if they dry out, but they also want to be on the surface of the soil or planted extremely shallow. So what I like to do is I put in my row of carrots, sprinkle them in a very tiny furrow in a straight-ish line, and then I put a nice coating of straw over it and keep that moist until they germinate. They'll germinate under the straw, but they won't germinate if you bury them deep in the dirt. And then I kind of move the straw out of the way, and then I will have to thin them out because remember, carrots you eat for the root. So if you don't thin it out, the roots will all be close together, so the carrots can't get big. They can only get as big as the carrot next to them that's crowding them. So I thin them out, but not until they all germinate and I can actually see where they are. So now I'm going to close these little furrows up, put a layer of straw. Make sure that you're using de-seeded straw, otherwise you're just growing straw, which I don't want to do. And then I'm going to water it in, and then I'm just going to keep tabs on it every day, making sure that it's not getting dried out, even though it's still like 80 degrees in late September. So I'm just going to take a slightly better care of it this time, and we should be good to go for a nice fall crop. Carrots and Little Gem lettuce.